Well, welcome everybody to another episode of 80s and 90s Rewind the Times, the show all 80s and 90s and Batman and everything else under the sun. Well, today I wanted to take a break from doing my Batman. I've been doing Batman rankings. I just ranked my my favorite Batman live action cars. So I'm actually waiting for something to come in the mail that I want to do. I want to do my Batman ranking on the animated series, not just the animated series, but like all animated series Batman, like Batman animated series, the Batman, Beware the Batman, Beyond Batman. So I want to do a video of all the rankings of the cars with that. But something that I want to do today, which is something that I thought was pretty cool. I'm actually going to give a shout out to a fellow YouTuber. His name is Cody Leach, and I'm subscribed to him. He's got a really cool channel. If you're into movies and stuff like that, movies and like movie rankings and movie reviews, and plus Cody's actually a really cool dude. He doesn't know that I'm giving him the shout out. I'm just doing this because I just want to do it. He has a Patreon, and a few of his Patreons asked him to do a top 10 characters of all time. And it got me thinking. I listened to the video and I really liked the concept of the video. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna give it a shot. I thought about what I like, and what I like is he has a few types. He has one that's top 10 movie villains of all time, so top 10 superheroes. But this one is top 10 characters of all time. So it could be movies, video games, sports. It could literally be anything. And I liked it. I liked his ranking, and I thought it was really cool. He has some really awesome guys on it, but it got me thinking about my ranking and what I like, and it's kind of cool because this is kind of shows you who I am as a person, growing up since a child. I'll be 42 this year, so it is kind of these people on this list they're very important to me. A lot of these people that are on this list are in my life daily, through my children's lives daily. So. There is no specific order of this, even though it is a ranking. There are 10 people on this list, but all of them mean so much to me. I couldn't even put them in an order. So I'm gonna start off with, and like I said, this is this is very random, just no specific order. So I'm gonna start off with the Power Rangers. The Power Rangers as a group. The Yellow Power Ranger is my favorite. Unfortunately, she passed away a long time ago. God rest her soul. But I've been able to meet other Power Rangers and versions of that throughout the year at Comic Cons and stuff. But something that I was so into when I was young, when they came out in like 1992 or 1993, was the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. And to this day, I still watch versions of them. I think Netflix is coming out with a new series for them, which is supposed to be like a darker version. So the Power Rangers have always meant something to me. Matter of fact, I want to go to Comic Con this year so I can meet Austin St. John, the original Red Ranger, and Jason David Frank, who is the Green Ranger / White Ranger. He's probably the one that everyone liked so much a lot. I like Thai Trang, who was the Yellow Power Ranger. I know a lot of people talk about Amy Jo Johnson, which was Kimberly, or David Youst, who was Billy, or Walter Jones, who played Zach. But the Yellow Power Ranger is always my favorite because my favorite color is yellow. So growing up, I was a big fan of hers. So coming on my list is the Power Rangers. Still love them to this day, and they still mean a lot to me. I still collect some of their toys. So next would have to be the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They have been around forever. I think 87 is when they first came out. But like 89 and 90, especially the movies like 90, 91, 92, with The Secret of the Ooze and the original movie, and then Turtles in Time. Those movies are the ones that I grew up on. Those are classic movies. The last two they made, Out of Shadows and the other Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, was more CGI-ish, which I liked. I liked them. I did like them. But Ninja Turtles is a big deal to me. Donatello is my favorite. I've always liked the wooden staff, the bow that he has. My brother growing up was a big Leonardo fan, but Ninja Turtles was a big deal to me. Matter of fact, in 6th grade, I wrote we had a project of what we wanted to be when we grew up, and I said I wanted to be the 5th Ninja Turtle. I wanted to be the yellow one. So that's how much the Ninja Turtles mean to me. Even to this day, my littlest son, my youngest son, he's 7. He still thinks every time I walk by a sewer cap that the Ninja Turtles are down there, because I still watch them. I still raise my children on that stuff. So. What's cool is as an adult, we pass these things down to our kids. subconsciously sometimes, and they know. So next on my list it would be Sonic the Hedgehog. I'm such a big fan of Sega Genesis. And Super Nintendo, all those game systems. Sonic is just someone I can remember the commercials when they came out. Sonic, and Sonic Part 2 was such a big deal, and Sonic and Knuckles and Sonic and Tails, and the movies they're making now are awesome with Jim Carrey as Egghead, and I really love the first Sonic they made. I cannot wait to take my kids to and my stepkids to go see Sonic 2. That's coming out in 2 weeks, so I'm super excited about that. But to this day, Sonic, man, I'm big fan of all the ring world, the ring worlds and the coins he has to collect and stuff. So love Sonic. Next on my list is, well, his competitor, Super Mario. Love Super Mario. I can remember as a young child, 87, 86, playing Super Mario. When Super Mario 2 came out, that's my favorite game out of the whole series, because he's kind of like in a dream world, and it is the first game, excuse me, that he is by himself. I mean, you can select Toad and the princess and Luigi, but Super Mario, to me, is just, he's so iconic. He is a staple of my childhood and probably anyone that's my age. He's still present to this day. I mean, as a matter of fact, they come out with a movie that's being made right now. I think it's CGI, but even the live action movie with Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo, I love that iteration of David Hopper kind of playing the Bowser. You know what I mean? Like, I like that. But I love Super Mario, and even Super Mario, it's a big deal to me. And them growing up, it was always Mario and Sonic. Those are the two battle each other. So it's kind of ironic they're both on this. Next on my list would be Jean-Claude Van Damme, JCVD. Growing up, my father passed away when I was 5, and my mother got remarried to a younger man, my stepfather Joe, and he was into weightlifting, and he loved martial arts movies. And I can remember watching Bloodsport and Death Warrant and Kickboxer. I still have these movies today. To this day, I still have them either on VHS or I have them on DVD or Blu-ray. Something about Van Damme is very heartwarming to me. I love it's one of the best martial art action stars of all time, and it brings me to a good place in my childhood. I could sit down any day of the week and watch. Matter of fact, I just went out and bought Cyborg. Love that movie. It's with Jean-Claude Van Damme. So Jean-Claude is a big part of my childhood. And when most people like Steven Seagal and Bruce Lee and Chuck Norris, Jean-Claude was my guy to watch when I was young, and so he's on my list. Coming up right after that would be The Ultimate Warrior. I'm a big wrestling fan. I don't watch as much as I used to. My youngest, my 7-year-old Colston, is obsessed with it. He loves it. He can quote entrances and music, and he just loves playing it. Loves playing it so much. He's a big Seth Rollins fan. But growing up, to me, is my favorite wrestler is Ultimate Warrior. I believe he debuted in '87 or '88, and he was a guy that wasn't known so much for his wrestling skills, but he was known for his physique because he was in great shape. I lift weights and stuff, and I could lift weights for the rest of my life, and I'll never have that physique. He's in great shape, but it was his entrance. When you heard his music, din, 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 and that bass just hit, and he ran down to the ring with the face paint on and the arm bands, and oh man, his entrance would last just as long as his wrestling matches. He wasn't a great wrestler at all, but his entrance and all that stuff was iconic. And to this day, I was very fortunate. In WrestleMania 30, he was inducted to the Hall of Fame, and I've never got to see him wrestle live. And my oldest son, he used to come to WrestleManias with me. So WrestleMania 30, this is a cool story. WrestleMania 30, we went to New Orleans, and he got inducted to the Hall of Fame, so we got to see him live, and that was just so cool to see him live and hear the music. And then the following night, they brought all the inductees out, and he happened to come out, and he gave a little speech, a very iconic speech, and he ended up dying later on that night. So to know that I was able to at least see this iconic superstar in my eyes live, and then I got to share that experience with my son, is something I'll never ever forget. And it's so sad that he died. He was only 58 years old, which is not very old, but he had heart conditions and stuff, and I guess years of steroid abuse and stuff like that. But still, he was such a cool God. I love Warrior. I mean, he loved the Warrior name. His real name is Jim Hellwig, and he took on that persona of being the ultimate warrior. They actually changed his name to Warrior Warrior. That was his name. His first, his last name was Warrior Warrior. And every year now, the WWE holds an award, an Ultimate Warrior Award, that they give out every year at WrestleMania, during the Axis and all the awards and stuff at the WrestleMania show. So it's cool that his legacy will be carried forever. So Ultimate Warrior is definitely on my list. After that is Michael Myers. I'm a huge fan of Halloween the series. I love Michael Myers. I love the movies. There's something about him, the way he walks, the mask. Even though over the years the masks throughout the movies have changed, they've always differ, whether it's hairstyle or skin color. I've always, and people complain about that, but I don't. I think that's kind of part of the legacy of Michael Myers. His mask has definitely changed from like part 4 to part 5 to even the newer ones, Halloween Kills, and then the latest one that's coming out, Halloween Ends. Just something about Michael Myers, how he lurks, and how he's got this look of death behind his eyes, and just love that character of Michael Myers. So he's definitely another one on my list. Next is Jason Voorhees, another horror icon. I'm a huge fan of Jason Voorhees. I love the Friday the 13th series. Matter of fact, my oldest son, that's his favorite. He loves Jason Voorhees. He's probably playing the Jason game right now on PlayStation 4. I love that game. We used to play it a lot together. I've been trying to find time for it to play with him. It's been hard with work. But he loves Jason. We sit down and we can watch all of them. Even the ones on Jason Goes to Hell and Jason X, Jason in Space, and if Jason wanted to hop on a space shuttle, we'd go watch that one. We just love him. It's something that we have together. We bond together. On Father's Day, he actually drew me a card. My favorite Jason is part 2. They call him Sackhead Jason. And my son did this awesome drawing for me that was so cool. And I hang it in my bedroom. So something about a Friday the 13th movie, I can sit down and I just love the way Kane Hodder portrays him and stuff throughout the years, and Derek Myers. There's so many good people that portray him, but Jason Voorhees is definitely on my list. After that is Han Solo from Star Wars. I love Star Wars. I'm so into it. Matter of fact, I was just watching The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi on my way to go pick up my youngest son. I'm a big Star Wars fan. It's something that didn't hit me as a kid when I was growing up. I don't know why. Maybe I didn't understand it as much, being all sci-fi and in space and everything. But as I got older, I learned to appreciate it. And man, I really love these movies. Matter of fact, I'll do a ranking sometime. But the two that I love the most are Revenge of the Sith Part 3, which I just think is so cool. The poster is so iconic. I love that poster. And the one after that is Part 6, which I believe is Return of the Jedi. Oh no, I'm sorry. Oh no, it's not. Yeah. Return of the Jedi, I believe it is. And oh man, I just love these movies. They're just so cool. I just something about but the character Han Solo in general, just something about him. I don't know. He's kind of like a cocky space cowboy, and throughout the throughout 4, 5, and 6, that Princess Leia likes him, and she gravels over him. She hates his cockiness, but she does like his cockiness, and I just love who he is as a person, and because he knows he's a badass, and he knows he can get the women, and he knows what he does. He knows he's a good firefighter. He knows what he's space fighter. He knows what he does is good. So I love Han Solo. So Han Solo's definitely on my list. I have 2 more. Like I said, there's 10 people on my list. Just no specific order. These are just coming off the top of my head. Next is Rocky. I'm a big Rocky Balboa fan. I love those movies. Anytime I watch those movies, I want to go out and I want to train. I want to work out. I love the motivation behind it. I love the way he treats, the love of his life. I love the way he treats Adrian. I mean, Rocky, he loves her like a 13-year-old teenage boy. His heart is so pure. I love the motivation speeches that he has. I love everything he stands for about how life is gonna knock you down, and he keeps getting up, and you find ways to get up. Because it's not about getting knocked down. It's about how you get up and keep going forward. You know, keep getting hit and keep going forward. It's so true. So I love Rocky. I love all of them. Um, I'll do a Rocky ranking if you want. I love all those movies. I like Part Five, which always gets knocked down a lot. But even the Creed movies, I like those. And then do a Rocky, I'll watch. I really do. I really enjoy watching those movies. They get me pumped up, and I don't know, just something about Rocky. And my last on my list is pretty obvious. If you know what I've been talking about, if you know me, is Batman. I love Batman. I am in love with Batman. I love everything he stands for. How he's just a regular person, a rich person, but a regular person who has all this money, and he creates all these gadgets for himself. And I love what he stands for. He lost his parents, and he just fights for good. He's a superhero without superpowers. You know, he doesn't have, you know, eye lasers or super strength or everything. He's just a mortal man, and that, you know, happens to have a lot of money, but he makes all these gadgets so he can compete in that superhero world. And I just love it. When I think about Batman, I get all goosebumps and so excited about, especially Michael Keaton's Batman, because that's my favorite Batman. And he's coming back with so many movies and stuff. But the Robert Pattinson The Batman movie was amazing, simply amazing. I can't wait for it to be on Netflix. I mean, I'm sorry, HBO Max, so I get to watch it again. Going to the theaters to see it was such an experience. But I love Batman. So, but that is my list. There's probably some I forgot, maybe I didn't forget, but that's my top 10 all-time characters to do with any genre. And you know, in you know, below in the comments, you put what you would something that's, you know, your favorite 10, your what's important to you, things that, you know, to this day that maybe you've loved as a child, you know, that make you think about your childhood. Any of those things, I'd love to hear your list. I'd love to hear anything, any of that stuff. And most people know when you write comments, I will take the time and I will write back. So I'll leave a comment back. So listen, I hope everybody has a blessed day. It's cold over here in Rhode Island. It's sunny out, but it's breezy out. It's really cold. So I hope everyone take care of themselves. Remember God first and family. And to the next video. Take care.